John Lay from Town to Learning with another hot take on the world's best learning system solutions. Today's hot take is on Cypher Learning. You may know Cypher Learning because they're a known quantity inside of Town to Learning. We've been working with them as partners and thought leadership content partners and webinars and podcasts. Graham Glass is the CEO and founder, super dynamic individual that is a engineering or a product focused CEO that's got his hands in deep, and he's been planning and growing and massaging this project over the years, and it is this product over the years, and it's quite fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Cypher Learning. Cypher is unique in the marketplace because they attack both the academic and the corporate market simultaneously with the same product. Now, a lot of companies have tried to do that over the years, and almost nobody has succeeded or succeeded in a rapid and exponential fashion like these folks are doing. And to do that, you have to really be able to build a product for K through 12 or K through 20 that is excellent to be able to beat, D2L and Blackboard and Canvas and the others. And you have to be able to build a corporate LMS, which is no easy feat, to be able to beat the 999 competitors that you have on the corporate LMS side. Well, they've been able to do that. And as it turns out, it hasn't been a disadvantage. It's been quite the reverse. It's an advantage because since they have world-class products in really both camps, feature sets that were traditionally in one camp or another in LMSs now are branching over into the other. And it's really fascinating. A great example is ad hoc reporting. Ad hoc reporting is standard table stakes in corporate, but it doesn't exist in K through 20. And so they're able to bring that concept into that whole marketplace, and that's huge. And a reverse concept is the concept of using LTI integrations for remote content, or the concept of having a cohort, which is what you call a class that goes through a whole semester together, but that concept now is in corporate learning, and I'm seeing it all the time in requirements. And so from a buyer standpoint of Cypher Learning, no matter what side they're on, they can configure and turn off the functionality that they don't want it and be left with what they really need. So that's their strategy in the marketplace. Where do they do it? Everywhere. They have employees in 20 different countries. They have K through 20 governments, the government of Qatar, the whole government, corporate America in every country. Or in many countries across the country, so they're a very global organization. Another claim to fame that they have is that their LMS is probably the best looking LMS out there, just in terms of features, design, colors, layout, their strategy with their cards, how they incorporate icons and information. They really put a lot of visual information into really every screen of the LMS and make it so dynamic and easy to use and easy to understand. It is really truly a simple LMS that does really complex things. And I know a lot of complex LMSs that have a lot of complex workflow, but I don't know a lot of complex LMSs that have simple workflow, and that's what Cypher's been able to do. They have a concept of an app center. 5 minutes is tough for a review like this. They have the concept of an app center. They've got 90 plus apps that are no-code integrations into many different things, from customer service to HR, CRM, virtual classroom, badging, LRS, LXPs. I couldn't even write them fast enough of all the ones that they have. So a great app center that you can just extend the functionality. Another thing they do is really well is the concept of collaboration. So everybody has threaded discussion groups, but they just take it to another level by having them public or private. And those discussion groups can be based on competencies or goals. They are notified when you're in a class. You can see, hey, Tom just submitted his homework, Sarah submitted his homework, new notifications. So Bill's online, Sue's online. And so, it's got that concept of while you're in the class, in your cohort, you can see who's there, what's going on, what's transpiring. And through all of that, when you submit an assignment or a grade, you can have that automated into points and badges and gamification. So their social is really a step up interactivity because they really need that engagement in that academic level, and that's coming over. Another thing they do great is this concept of an automation engine. I love LMS workflow automation because it is just one of the most rapidly innovative feature sets or feature sets with the most innovation. But what these guys have done have taken it to another level. Many LMSs say, okay, if you finish this course, you maybe get some points in gamification, or you get access to another course. What they've been able to do is just be like, if you do this page, you might get this point. If you answer this quiz and you score a 70 to an 80, you get 10 points. But if you score 100, you'll get 200 points and a badge for this. And if you get a certificate in the class, then you'll get this. And so they thread that concept of gamification and contests right into down to the page level, and so it's so granular. But it's not just get a point. It could be enroll in this, or put them in this particular group, or give them a discount on this. Like the ifs and the thens are just so deep on what you can do there, and it allows you to create these sophisticated onboarding and just different plans associated with that gamification, where that social learning and the automation is just extreme gamification. So they've taken it to the next level. It's much more granular. It's for anything in the system. You can have games outside the system with outside audiences, or just in your teams. You can have contests. They have Duolingo type functionality where you reset the competition every week, so just because you joined a year later, you're not going to be behind everybody all the time. And so all in all, this platform is cool. It does so much. It's for different use cases. I encourage you to get on the Talented Learning Center or YouTube and look up the executive briefing I just sat through, which is recorded, and you can see the same demonstration. I told you I couldn't do this in 5 minutes or less. It's just too deep. But there you have it. There's another hot take on Talented Learning. I'm John Lay, and I hope to see you again on the next one. You can find more of our fiercely independent resources at talentedlearning.com. See you.